So what is HMO versus PPO? What is the difference? So I'm sure that since October of 2025, which is when the whole change for Medicare begins, meaning that you can make changes to your plan so you can start on January with the right plan, right? That's the idea. So what happens if you don't switch? Well, you're stuck with that plan that you had in 25 rolling into 2026, right? There's another video that I talk about that, and I can put the link on the description. Now, what happens in January and February, March, if you didn't make a change? Well, now is your time to make that change up until March 31st, right? So there's a lot of talk on TV, there's a lot of commercial, there's a lot of friends are telling you this is the best plan for you, right? Because they have the best plan and it's great for them and they're happy with it. But it's not the case, okay? Because one, their plan may not be available in your area, in your zip code, because Medicare goes by zip codes, and I talk about that in another video as well. So the medication that your friend takes, if it takes any, and the doctor that your friend goes to see may not be the same as you. You may not have the same medications. You may not even take medications at all. And you may not even go to the same doctors. So in Medicare, we say there's no such thing as the best plan. It's what plan fits your needs better than other plans, okay? So let's talk about what is the difference between HMO plans and PPO plans, all right? My name is Maribel, and I've been licensed since 2018 for life insurance and health, meaning that I take care of regular health insurance as well as Medicare. This channel is specifically about Medicare, nothing else, okay? So make sure you subscribe just to make sure that you don't miss any other future videos coming up. We're going to be talking Medicare. And let's start with what does HMO means. I did put some talking points here on my laptop that are going to be seeing me kind of browsing and looking at it time to time, because I don't want to forget any points that I'm going to be mentioning here. Just to keeping track. Now, HMO. HMO is basically health maintenance organizations. That's what it means. That's HMO, okay? It doesn't really mean anything to you, okay? But that's what the abbreviation is. And so now HMO plans, they do offer the same benefits as Part A and B, right? They cover hospitals, they cover medical, meaning your doctor's visits and things like that. But what do you have as far as what co-payments, right? What's the difference? What are the benefits of having a plan like this? So let's dive right into it. HMO. So in simple terms, the HMO plans, you have to stay in your network, meaning that when you speak to an agent, and hopefully you're speaking to an agent that's independent, that has access to many plans, so they can kind of review and compare, right? It's a comparison between different companies, different carriers, and their plans. They put your medications in, your doctors in, and then a bunch of plans come up, and we can compare which is the better one for you, okay? So in the HMO plan, you have to stay in network, so your doctor has to be in that network. If you go out of network, you're going to be paying a lot out of pocket, and their plan or Medicare, they're not going to be responsible for it, okay? So you got to make sure that you are in network. Keep in mind that also the hospitals have to be in network, okay? Also, they not just a primary physician, but your specialist, right? Let's say you go to a cardiologist, they have to be in network, okay? That is the main thing with that. Another characteristic of the HMO plan is that treatments, make sure that the treatment is covered the way that you need it to be covered, right? 60, 80%, 100%. What is it? Is it a wellness visit? It's a part of it. Things like that. Another cost that HMO, is cheaper than the PPO. Well, people say that it is. Sometimes it is. Other times it's not. Okay? But most of the time, the HMO plans are less costly than the PPO plans. okay? Monthly premiums, there are plans that are zero premium in the HMO plans. Sometimes PPO may have, it depends on the area in the country, but it's hard to find, okay? It's kind of hard to find. It's not as normal or as usual to find as in an HMO plan, all right? Now, what happens to the out-of-pocket max amount that you have? Well, in a bad year, let's say you have a heart condition, and a year you have a heart attack, or two, I don't know, and then you go into the hospital, or an emergency happened, something happened, and you went to the hospital. That's a bad year, right? So you're going to have a lot of cost. That's called the out-of-pocket max. Normally, the HMO plans will have a lower max out-of-pocket for that year, okay, than the PPO plans. It could be $2,000 or $3,000, could be $7,000, could be $10,000, okay, depending on the plan. But normally, the HMO plan would have less out-of-pocket costs for the year than the PPO plans, okay? Another good thing about HMO plans is that you will find something that they call flex card, right? Or the grocery card, or the gym memberships, etc., right? They give you a free eyeglasses a year, right? All those benefits come with the HMO plans. Now, PPO plans are not so like that, okay? They don't have a lot of that flexibility when it comes to the benefits, extra benefits, because those are extra benefits. It's going to be, they may not have the flex card, they may not have the gym, they may not have the grocery card. So those are things that you have to look at. However, the best thing with the PPO plans is that you could choose the doctors. It has a bigger network. You probably will pay a little more for visits sometimes, but you will probably have a lesser out-of-pocket money. Again, it all depends on the area, okay? We can't generalize, and we can tell you your area is going to be this much, right? But definitely, if you go out of network, for example, for the PPO plans, you could go out and you pay maybe a little more. Not as much as if you did with the HMO plans, right? And so you also need the referrals. What about the referrals? Well, on the HMO plan, you will need a referral to go to a specialist, right? And your PCP, your primary care physician, it's going to be giving you a referral, or they do it internally with your specialist that you have to go see. The PPO plan, you don't need that. You can just go to the specialist, no questions asked, as long as this is the network, which is better for you if it is, and that's it. So the PPO plans and the HMO plan, they do have their differences. My advice is always to speak to an independent agent that has access to many plans, many carriers, and they can compare your plans in your area. I'm an independent agent. When I speak to the client, I put the medications in, we put the doctors and all that in the hospitals that they go to, and then we compare. But we have access to many carriers, so we can compare, narrow it down to what's the better for you according to your needs. You're always going to be the one choosing your plan. Don't let any agent choose your plan for you, okay? But it's good to know that you have other options out there, and also supplement plans. I'll be talking about that in another video. So Medicare, is really broad, you know, but it's, again, once you have the information, you'll be able to do a better, make a better decision for yourself. I hope you like this video. It was a short one, quick and easy, some information that you will need. If you got some value from this video, just click the like, share with your Medicare friends, and subscribe so you don't miss any other video coming up in the future. And I'll see you on the next video. I'll put some links in the description so you can either make an appointment for a free consultation. I'll be happy to help, or watch one of those videos to get more information. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.